Hi, this is Mish.
This is Mills, and this is Mish and Mills.
What's going on, people? Week 2 NFL. Same people, same clothing, new week.
We didn't want to change because our lineups did so well last week. We're a little superstitious, so we kept the same clothes on. We haven't changed in the whole week, actually, believe it or not.
No, I changed, definitely, without doubt.
Yeah, me too.
But we did win last week, and some great breakout players that we did have.
Phillip Rivers did well, Melvin Gordon, James Conner, man. We had a great week, and that's just week 1. I mean, it's going to continue for us. I do think that there won't be as many breakout games like there were this week. There were a lot of like 150, 170-yard receivers this week. Not every week. I think some teams were rusty, but
defensively, yes.
We'll still find you some guys that are going to put up numbers like that this week, too.
Yeah, we look forward to kind of showing you what price range can get you what type of players and what kind of favorable matchups that we think are going to be good going into this week. So
kind of change up our video format. Let us know what you think in the comments. If you guys like this more, or if you think if you want us to go back to the old way. We usually do 2 lineups, but we're going to kind of give you guys breakdowns to give you more players to work with, because it gives you options to fill in your lineups accordingly and give you some ideas, and maybe the sleeper range kind of spot where you're looking for somebody that's cheap to put together the lineup you want. We can help you find those guys, or just the high names too. Yeah,
because I mean there is a thought process that we go through, and we not necessarily share that all the time. We kind of go over our lineups and kind of pick what we want you to. What we think are
this way we can go way more in depth.
Yeah, absolutely.
Instead of just showing you a couple lineups that we set. So we thought this would be better. So let us know what you think.
Yeah, we are excited. So let's jump into it and see what we got going on.
First, we're going to go ahead and show you FanDuel and the price ranges we like with those players, and then we'll go to DraftKings after and do the same thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And just as far as the price range, but we'll kind of give you the breakdown on what it is. As far as FanDuel, 8,000 and above, Drew Brees, Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, and Cam Newton. I feel like the only person that I would pick in that tier this week would be Drew Brees. He's playing against Cleveland. Cleveland defense, even though it's revamped, they got a little lucky with bad weather. And
the weather helped them a lot with Big Ben.
And a bad Big Ben. I mean...
I think the weather was kind of reason. It's hard to grip the football in that kind of rain. It's hard to throw it. So I don't think that helped Big Ben. And I think they're better than they were last year, but their defense still is suspect. They improved their offense a lot, but their defense can be beat, especially by someone of Drew Brees' caliber. And in New Orleans too,
Yeah, and I don't see the Browns defense replicating that same performance, but I do see Drew Brees replicating that performance. Over 400 yards, 3 touchdowns. Yeah, without a doubt.
And then Aaron Rodgers might not even play. Watch out for him. And it's Minnesota. And then Tom Brady against Jacksonville. I mean, Tom Brady's always a safe pick, I guess, but against Jacksonville, I'd rather not spend that much money.
Yeah, and Cam against Atlanta.
He could be. It's not bad. That's not a bad pick, in my opinion, truly. I love me some Superman.
I do, but Atlanta's defense is not
it's not that bad.
One of the top-tier defenses.
I would rather pay down and save money to get other positions and spend that money on Cam myself, but I'm not gonna say Cam is not a I'd rather go him. I'd rather go Drew Brees, Cam than touch Aaron Rodgers or Tom Brady. Yeah, in my personal opinion.
Absolutely. Now
with that much money,
the second tier, which is 7,000 and above, there's Stafford, Big Ben, Patrick Mahomes, Andrew Luck, Kirk Cousins, Jared Goff, Deshaun Watson. I'm surprised Wentz isn't here. Phillip Rivers, Garoppolo.
Don't start Wentz.
Phillip Rivers, Matt Ryan, Alex Smith. Yeah, and Alex Smith and Mariota as well.
So a lot of guys.
Lots of guys.
A lot of guys. I love me Patrick Mahomes this week. I mean, he killed it last week, right? And I think with Pittsburgh's defense, I'm not completely sold on them. So I think Patrick Mahomes could have a great game just bombing the Tyreek Hill all day.
Okay.
What do you... Stafford? You know what?
I'm thinking Stafford.
He's not as bad as he was this past week, honestly. I can't see him doing that poorly. I mean, what was it? How many interceptions did he throw last week?
He had three interceptions, but I see him... This is a bounce-back matchup that I like. And Stafford loves to throw the ball. And with the cannon like that, I mean, really, who wouldn't? But San Fran's defense is not like a top-tier defense. And they allowed 3 TDs as well in week 1. So... Stafford, he's probably going to throw around 35, 40 yards. 35, 45 attempts at least. And I kind of think he's going to throw 400 yards.
He could. He's got an arm on him, man. He's got a cannon. He has some fast receivers like Sammy Watkins, Tyreek Hill running down the field. And he even has a great receiver.
Stafford.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about Mahomes.
Yeah, Golden Tate, Marvin Jones, and great backfield as well.
You guys can see how sold I am with Mahomes. Obviously, I'm in the zone. I'm just staring at his name at that price. It's a great price for him, honestly. It's $7,500. Yeah. But, Stafford could have a great game as well. San Fran's defense isn't. Kirk Cousins made them look pretty bad last week.
The other one I'm looking at is Jared Goff, just continuing off his no mistake game. Basically, he literally had no interceptions, which is awesome. Yes, he had a lot of mistakes as far as recognizing defenses at times and things like that. Still a little rusty, but
and those guys like him, Todd Gurley, the starters for the Rams didn't even play in preseason. Yeah. So that first half you saw against that Raiders defense, I don't know how good the Raiders defense was. Like they did better than they did last year, but I think part of that was them kind of getting warmed up because if you saw them in the second half, the Raiders couldn't stop them at all. Man, they got destroyed.
They did. Yeah. I'm looking for a big game from Goff. This is going to be a big one. Who else do you like, by the way?
Kirk Cousins against Green Bay. Green Bay's defense sucks. I'm not a fan of Green Bay's defense, and I think Kirk Cousins is definitely going to be able to have a great game against them.
Fair enough.
And honestly, even if Aaron Rodgers plays, I'd actually prefer he does because that's going to make Kirk Cousins have to go in the shootout mode, and we've seen him do that with Aaron Rodgers before and put up huge numbers with a worse team and worse receivers in Washington. So
I like Big Ben again this one as well. After a terrible start on the road, he hasn't done well on the road the last couple of years. So coming into this backup game, it's opening day for them at home, and I think he's gonna utilize all his weapons.
He's gonna bounce back. He's not gonna do as bad as he did last year.
I think he's gonna have at least I think he's going to have a 300-yard game, honestly.
He could. Kansas City, you saw what happened with Phillip Rivers. Their defense is gone. And that game's going to be a shootout, and you're definitely going to want to get as many players as you can from it, or that's one of the games you want to exploit. Yeah. And actually, real quick, go back up. We didn't name off Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck against Washington, I could see him doing well. They have no other way of moving the ball besides through his hands. So he's going to get the attempts. Whether he capitalizes or not.
50 attempts last week?
Yeah, that's all they can do. They can't run the ball. So he's going to throw it a lot. Let's see if they capitalize off of it.
Yeah, and then as far as Rivers, I love Phillip Rivers in this matchup. Against Buffalo Bills, literally the Bills.
Garbage.
Sorry
if you're a Bills fan, but you guys, you're in rebuild mode right now.
Yeah, that's a tough one, and it's just going to be a field day for Rivers.
Yeah, it is. And my only concern with Phillip Rivers in that game would be that they get up by so much that they take him out at the second quarter. You know what I mean? But no, he's gonna have a field day with them. It's gonna be easy for him to show up.
Absolutely. And then, so far that's the only kind of players that I like.
Yeah,
in that range.
A sneaky one, maybe Matt Ryan. I feel like he had a tough time with the Eagles defense, but who doesn't? And in Atlanta, he tends to be a lot better inside that dome than he does anywhere else. So if you want a tournament play maybe with Matt Ryan that no one else is really going to be playing, you might get some value. He's playing Carolina, though, and I'm not the biggest fan of playing against their defense. Yeah, and then as far as 6,000 and under, we got some great sleepers here from last week. Fitzpatrick. Case Keenum. It's not because I am a fan of him still, but and against Oakland, I think Jared Goff would have had a lot bigger numbers if not like what I said where he hadn't played all preseason. Case Keenum's going to go out there. I don't see Oakland's defense playing nearly as well as they did this
Tyrod Taylor might be a sleeper in here.
Oh, yeah. You saw what Fitzpatrick did? They made him look like the MVP of the league. I don't know what happened to New Orleans defense.
But Fitzpatrick coming into Tampa Bay, going into Philadelphia. Not going into Philadelphia, but playing against Philadelphia.
Oh, no.
It's not going to happen.
I'm not saying star Fitzpatrick. I'm just saying for Tyrod. Yeah.
The
way that New Orleans defense made Fitzpatrick look, I will go with Tyrod against
New Orleans. Yeah, absolutely. I would. That's a sleeper one.
Yeah, and he could actually run a little bit better too. So
yeah, I see him making a lot. And Sam Darnold, fantastic game from the rookie. He played great.
Yeah, he looked really good.
Again, I just don't see him replicating that same performance.
Without
mistakes.
If I'm going to pay down, in this kind of price range for FanDuel, I wouldn't be against it. But I'd rather just pay an extra $100 for Case Keenum or something.
Yeah, something more solid, get more points, and get some money on the board.
If you want to go down $100, maybe Blake Bortles against New England because they're going to get down. I don't know what's going on with Leonard Fournette right now. And if Fournette's not going to play, they're going to have to move the ball somehow, and I think Blake Bortles would benefit from that, truly.
Yeah. Sorry about the camera getting cut there.
Yeah. Transition,
put on our running backs here. I mean, top tiers, we're looking 8,000 and above again. Alvin Kamara, Todd Gurley, David Johnson, Melvin Gordon.
I love all of them but Le'Veon Bell in that. Honestly, like I'm not going to tell you because and if he plays, I wouldn't be completely against it. But yeah, I mean, it's expensive, but Kamara's going to destroy against Cleveland, right? Cleveland.
Especially after the last week, they let Connor run all over them.
That was his first start. Imagine Alvin Kamara. And
Gurley's going against the worst rush defense. No offense to Arizona, great team, but they're going against one of the worst defenses as far as the rush. They're going to totally dominate. Melvin Gordon against the Bills, same thing.
Same thing with Philip Rivers. He's going to destroy, but my concern is that it's going to happen so quick that they could take him out. But I'm not. I'm starting Melvin Gordon in the lineups. Like I'm not that concerned about that. Like,
solid play would be. I mean, I would go Gurley and.
I like Gurley too. No, yeah, I like. I was just saying like Gordon is a little bit cheaper, but I like Gurley. I like Kamara. I like Gordon. I like everyone but Le'Veon Bell on that. I have no problems if you want to start them, unless you're just trying to save money. Then maybe find something else. But
that's why they are the top players on there. I mean, we all expect them to do really well.
And they all catch really well too, which is what you're looking for in PPR formats.
Absolutely, and then we have. The second tier here, 7,000 and above there. So we have James Conner, McCaffrey, Fournette, and Kareem Hunt. I don't like any of them except for McCaffrey.
Oh well, I'm different. Fournette, no, just because of the hamstring. You said you like McCaffrey?
I do like McCaffrey.
I like McCaffrey as well. I actually like James Conner against Kansas City with what Melvin Gordon did to them last week. Against receiving backs and Ekeler, right? I mean, both of the backs just had awesome games. So I will go with James Conner if unless Le'Veon Bell comes back. Kareem Hunt, I would go with him just because he has the potential, and a lot of people might be turned off by what happened last week. So, like, I wouldn't cash lineup him, but tournament play, I would throw him in possibly because a lot of people might fray away from him, and you can gain a lot of points if he does have a huge game like he did last year.
And I think it's the same thing with McCaffrey, honestly, because McCaffrey had a disappointing week last week.
And it wasn't that bad though. Like, it wasn't like it was terrible.
I know, but it was a mediocre performance compared for the caliber player that he is. Yeah, he's going to bounce back.
Yeah, and Dallas's defense is underrated. Truly, they're actually pretty good. So I mean, Dallas, but like realistic, like you know what I mean. Like their defense isn't as talked about as they probably could be. So I think McCaffrey against Atlanta is. You saw what all the running backs did with the Eagles. They all had a great game.
I'm saying McCaffrey posting his first 100-yard game.
I don't disagree. I don't disagree with that.
6,000 under, we have Devonta Freeman, Lamar Miller, McCoy, Ajayi, AP, Kenyon Drake, Deion Lewis, David Cook, Isaiah Crowell, Marshawn Lynch, Rex Burkhead, Hyde, Chris Thompson, TJ Yeldon, Derrick Henry, Peyton Barber, Bilal Powell, Matt Breida, Kerryon Johnson, Jamal Williams. All right, so Royce Freeman in there as well.
Lots of guys.
This is where you kind of want to pick and choose. Honestly, this is where you're gonna get into that money lineup or not. Because this is huge.
These are more tournaments. Well, also you might need to pay down to fit some big receivers or something in, right? Or that quarterback if you pay up.
We'll go into it. Yeah.
Who do you like in this range?
I'm loving Chris Thompson. I mean, I know Adrian Peterson is in there, but I'm loving Chris Thompson.
Both. One of them is going to show up.
I mean,
if not both. They both did last week,
especially for this week, because the reemergence of AP kind of leaves some doubt, but. Looking to break out Chris Thompson as far as coming out of the backfield, catching the ball. He's getting some attempts, but he's making most of his money catching the ball.
Yeah, and in PPR,
he's solid. Yeah, I mean,
you can lose yards and get a point. I like actually, and I know you're gonna like this. I like Jay Ajayi. He had a really good game last week, and if you actually watch, he didn't get the ball as much. He had been injured all preseason, and I actually saw an interview with Doug Peterson, your boy, and he actually said that Jay Ajayi is intended to be the workhorse back. That was kind of, easing him in and getting him warmed up, and he still got 2 touchdowns and still put up a great game. And against Tampa Bay, I mean, Kamara ran all over them. I cannot see them being able to. Jay Ajayi is just more physical. I can't see them tackling him. And if Doug Peterson is true to his word and Ajayi is going to be that workhorse back, I like Ajayi in that lower range.
Yeah. I kind of agree with that. The only thing is I don't see him being that workhorse back. You know what I mean?
I'm just going by what the interview said. Right. Totally, they do. And that's the risk. And I that's why he is at the price he is. But the upside of that 6,800 could be a lot if that is what happens.
Yeah, and then my other favorite pick, honestly, is Isaiah Crowell. I mean, I know Bilal Powell's in the mix, but Isaiah Crowell, I mean, he had a 100-yard game versus the Kittens from Detroit. I think it's the Lions, right? The Lions from Detroit.
We'll call them Kittens. I like that.
I still see a lot of upside with him. He's just a hard runner with home run playability. Like, this guy can...
He broke a 63-yard, right? Yeah, he had like a 63-yarder.
He's explosive, man.
He was good with the Browns, too. Which
is crazy.
He was never that bad. It's just the Browns were that bad. And now he's in a different atmosphere. That Jets offense was surprisingly
good.
Successful. Yeah.
Not good, but
Darnold looked pretty good. Better than I would imagine him coming out in his first game would have been, besides that first play.
Yeah.
But, yeah, no, he looked really good. Also in here, while we're right here, I was going to scroll up, but Dalvin Cook could be a sneaky play. You still have to worry about Latavius Murray, but Green Bay's defense isn't that great, and he does get the catches. And honestly,
I think Dalvin Cook is a solid option.
No, at 6,500, he's not going to hurt.
Murray got most of his carries at the end of that game,
it was
so this guy's the workhorse.
And I'm a diehard Minnesota fan. Like, the goal is to make him the workhorse.
Yeah.
Like, the reason he hasn't become 100% the workhorse yet is because he's been injured. But I promise you, I watch the Vikings like it's my life. They intend on making him the workhorse, and it could very well happen in this game. And the Green Bay's defense isn't that great at stopping the run or stopping anything.
Yeah, I mean, and last but not least, Carlos Hyde, with a diverse backfield that they have in Cleveland, from game one, if it goes away as far as the game plan goes,
he got the bulk. Yeah.
He's the workhorse, without a doubt.
Right now, he is. Until Nick Chubb proves himself, he's the workhorse.
And I don't think Nick Chubb is going to. I mean, I guess Duke Johnson comes out of nowhere. Yeah. He looks great, flash of lightning, but on a play-by-play basis, Carlos Hyde's going to get the ball.
The goal lines.
He's going to get the ball.
Yeah.
And New Orleans' rush offense did nothing.
The rush defense didn't do anything.
Are you kidding me? Yeah. Defense, sorry.
Yeah. I mean, they didn't the thing is they didn't even have to do anything. They got passed on so bad. I don't see Cleveland being able to be as that was crazy. Like, I don't see anyone being that effective ever almost for any week. I didn't see Fitzpatrick doing it either. But, I think that they'll use Hyde a lot. I also like some other guys just real quick because we got to move on from running backs.
Yeah.
Rex Burkhead or James White because I believe, who is it? They lost some players this week, right? So those guys are going to get a lot of receiving. Yeah, they lost some running backs, if I'm correct. Double check me on that one. I might have messed up on that one, but I believe they did. So if they did, then those
James
guys
White,
they're going to get a lot of receptions just in general against Jacksonville. I mean, it's a tough matchup, but for a low price, if you need to plug in some flex plays,
James White, he's great for just a dump off pass.
Yeah,
I mean, he's Tom Brady's check down. I mean, he had a touchdown.
And against Jacksonville, he's going to have to check down. Those receivers aren't going to be that open against those corners.
And it's going to be quick.
Yeah, he's going to have to get the ball rid of the
ball.
ball.
It's going to be Tom Brady.
So that could be a lot of dangerous potential for like a Rex Burkhead, James White at a low price for you. So
yeah, I mean, potential.
But we're moving on from running backs. There's other guys we like too, but we can't talk about those all day, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So wide receivers, we have on the top tier, over 8,000, AB, Michael Thomas, Julio Jones, DeAndre Hopkins, Tyreek Hill, Devontae Adams, Keenan Allen. I mean,
it's hard not to like it. All those guys.
They're all...
Yeah, I mean, there's a reason they're priced that much, right?
It's how you're going to fit them in depending on who you pick as a quarterback and running back. If you did pay down on a quarterback and you're looking to have a star-studded wide receiver, my pick would be Tyreek Hill.
Yeah, I like him just because he's a little bit on the lower side of this 8,000. Mm-hmm. And I mean, dude, how did he do what he did last? Like he did it effortlessly. It seemed like they couldn't stop him at all.
They couldn't stop him. I mean, and Tyreek Hill is also one of those players that comes around once in a while. He's just electrifyingly fast and can catch the ball. I mean. Mm-hmm. Last person was like Deshaun Jackson.
Yeah, and he takes the punts back too.
Exactly.
Man. So he can score in any realm. He can take a handoff 80 yards if he really wanted.
That's why I would put him on my lineup because he can return a punt.
Him and Keenan Allen too on the lower side of that 8,000. I mean, honestly, any of these guys I like. If I can, I try to aim towards the lower side just so I can fit other positions. But anyone in this 8,000 range, maybe besides Devontae Adams, I'm not a fan of Xavier. Yeah. Like, I mean. I'm sorry. I'm a fan of Xavier Rhodes. I'm not a fan of receivers going against Xavier Rhodes because I know how good he is, and he shuts any receiver down, honestly. Yeah. But yeah, Antonio Brown, Michael Thomas, they both have great matchups, and they're just elite. So, I mean, I wouldn't be against any of these guys, but I tend to aim lower.
Yeah, absolutely. And there we go. As far as 7,000, I mean, we're looking at Mike Evans, Adam Thielen, Stephon Diggs, T.Y. Hilton, Juju Smith-Schuster, Golden Tate, Larry Fitzgerald, Demaryius Thomas,
Juju shit,
Brandon Cooks. I had to burp in the middle, but
we're gonna have to censor this video.
Sorry, guys. But honestly, I love Brandon Cooks in this mix here.
That's not a bad pick at all.
Yeah, if you paid down on a running back, well, you paid up on a running back, you kind of want to cut down somewhere. Brandon Cooks is looking fiery, man. This guy is a stud. Especially coming off a pretty decent game.
I mean, it would have been way better. There were 2 plays. I was watching it last night where there was just these 2 ridiculous pass interference. Like, he was wide open down the field, and the corner's just pulling his shoulder pads. Like, if that hadn't happened, you would have had, 2 bombs for touchdowns.
Yeah. I mean, that's basically the Rams' new, toy kind of thing, I would say. And he has 4 straight 1,000-yard receiving. You know, this guy's... He's the real deal.
Scroll it for me. Let me see, because I want to make sure we get everyone that I want to talk about in this one. I mean, you had Mike Evans had a great week last week. I'm not going to start him against Philadelphia though. Thielen's a good pick. So is Diggs. They're always one or the other. I mean, Diggs has more touchdown potential a lot of times. Thielen's going to get more receptions. So with that price, if you want to play it safer, maybe Thielen, Diggs, you have a little bit higher upside sometimes with the touchdowns. T.Y. Hilton. What do you think about T.Y. Hilton?
T.Y. Hilton against the Redskins, for me, it's a no-go.
He's one of those players where he's kind of relying on the big play. And me personally, if I'm going to be paying $7,000, I agree. I don't want to always have to rely on the big play, unless it's like a Tyreek Hill, who I know is going to get that big play.
I mean, I could just pay down a little bit and get Golden Tate.
Yeah, I like Golden Tate.
Who is Stafford's, little dump-off guy, especially coming into this week. Mm-hmm. He needs a huge game. Yeah. And who Stafford does. And Stafford is going to give it to Golden Tate, without a doubt. That's his number one guy.
And I think the goal is going to be kind of get his confidence back. And I think they're going to try to throw a lot to do that with Stafford because he looked bad yesterday.
Yeah, and then we have Juju Smith-Schuster. I'm sorry.
We'll start making Juju shit shirts for you guys.
Ooh, that would be funny. But even it was a mediocre outing for him, he still had over 100 yards receiving, which is pretty mind-blowing. And he's going to take off the edge off of, Antonio Brown. We all anticipated this coming into this entire season. Everyone's all about Juju. He's on commercials. He's doing, he's good. He's good.
Yeah,
he's
when the other guy's getting double teams all the time, I mean, you can get open.
Yeah, you better get open.
Yeah, you have one-on-one matchups, man-to-man. Yeah, you better do it.
Yeah.
And it's not a bad, he's not playing a good defense at all. I did it with my DraftKings lineups last week. I like to exploit Kansas City's defense, their defense. I like their offense too. That's why they win games. But the defense doesn't really do that much, and they lost some weapons in the offseason. So
yeah, and plus Le'Veon's out. There's not a dump-off person, so it just gives him more opportunity.
And Fitzy is at a good price, but I probably am not myself against the Rams going to start Fitzgerald.
Yeah, I'll pass on that. All right, so Demaryius Thomas, we're looking at. He's playing against Oakland. Oakland's secondary not looking too hot.
A good matchup for him, and I have no problem putting him in. I would myself rather pay down $200 and get Emmanuel Sanders. If you watched our last video, I told you how Case Keenum loves to throw to that slot. In PPR, Emmanuel Sanders is going to kill it this year.
Yeah.
He's going to get a ton of catches, and I think that's 100% going to continue with Oakland. I mean, either is a good option just because I don't trust Oakland's defense to stop anyone.
Yeah. Amari Cooper, personally, stay away.
Now here's, okay, yes, in cash, 100%. In tournaments, though, this could be a very sneaky good play because of how bad he did last week. If he has a big game, you're probably the only person that owns him. So if you are doing a lot of lineups and you have the money to risk, I wouldn't be 100% against it, but because of that reason, not because I feel like he's going to have a huge game necessarily, but if he did,
yeah, that's very, yeah. I'm going based off of Oakland's offense and the way that they're running it.
The way they looked last night, it was Jared Cook and Marshawn Lynch.
Yeah, and I mean, Carr literally looked scared to throw the ball to his receivers. He didn't throw it to his receivers.
He wouldn't throw it deep. I don't know what was
frustrating.
It was frustrating.
But Amari Cooper, pick him at your own choice. He's without a doubt needs to have a huge year because he's playing for his contract. Honestly.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a sneaky good play for tournaments.
Yeah, and then
wouldn't do anything. I would never do a cash lineup with Amari Cooper, though.
No, not at all. And then we do have Ted Ginn Jr. as well as Marvin Jones. Marvin Jones with Detroit is, I mean, bar none, probably going to catch a lot of passes in that Detroit Lions offense, especially because you have a lot of pressure taken off of Tate. In between, and he's that speedy slot. I mean, he goes over the middle, but so does Tate. I mean,
they're both good receivers.
They are both good receivers.
And you can trust any of them. I mean, if you want to pay up for Golden Tate, you can. If you want to pay down and go Marvin Jones, you can. I mean, either one could have a good game. I prefer Golden Tate for some reason. Not by like a landslide or anything like that. Just me personally, but I wouldn't be against. I would go. I'd rather go Jarvis Landry.
Yes, without a doubt.
He gets so many catches, and against New Orleans, he's going to get plenty. He's going to feed.
Yeah.
I love Jarvis Landry this week.
I mean, he's going to see a lot of targets because the only thing is he needs to turn them into touchdowns. That's all.
Yeah, no, it could benefit, but the floor because of how many catches he gets, even if he doesn't like score or anything like that, you're probably going to get at least like 10 points as a floor just because of
of the amount of targets.
Receptions. Yeah, right. Yeah. So I mean, his floor is great and his upside's high too. So I do like him.
Yeah, and then there's Robert Woods, shaky. Robbie Anderson, 1 catch for a touchdown, explosive, but rookie quarterback. Yeah, don't really know. Kenny Stills.
Like him.
Yeah, I mean, you love Kenny Stills.
Just because, watch what happens with Devontae Parker. If he comes back, I don't like him as much. But right now, I don't know who else they're going to throw to.
Yeah.
I think Kenny Stills has a lot of opportunities to succeed if he's the only one out there.
I mean, if you're looking at between Robert Woods and Cooper Kupp, I would go Cooper Kupp.
Yeah, he's just going to get more receptions.
Yeah, he looks like higher. Which was pretty crazy. I mean, I wasn't expecting that at all.
And
I think Robert Woods would be more.
Crazy thing, if I'm correct, like a lot of people don't realize this about Cooper Kupp is last year he was like a top 5 red zone targeted receiver. I mean, he's small and you wouldn't expect it, but like. He even gets targeted. He got a touchdown last week. Like in the red zone, Jared Goff actually looks for Cooper Kupp.
He does.
So not only does he get a lot of receptions, he has that touchdown capability that we were just talking about with Jarvis Landry maybe not putting up. So he can have huge games.
Yeah, I mean.
And for 6,300.
I would put him in your lineup for this week if you're looking for a sleeper. Like on a flex. Yeah. On a flex, Kupp's not a bad. Especially if you paid up on.
Yeah, you got to pay down somewhere. Kupp's not a bad option to do.
The other one is. From this list right now, Josh Gordon, Flash Gordon, whatever you want to call him, he's just a freak of athlete. He's awesome. Everyone loves him. I mean,
how can you not be a fan? I mean, you got to root for him. Hopefully, he doesn't get in any trouble. But I don't think he's going to in between now and this weekend. So against New Orleans, same thing as Jarvis Landry. Jarvis Landry will get more receptions for you, but the touchdown capability and like the deep threat. Is Josh Gordon.
Yeah.
And he even scored a touchdown last week, and he hadn't even practiced or played all preseason.
Yeah.
Against New Orleans, this could be a game where Josh Gordon is the flash.
Yeah, gets a lot more receptions. Yeah, I agree with that. The other guy I love in this lineup here at the moment is Aguilar with Philly. He's just the improvement that he's shown year in, year out.
Jeffrey's still out.
Yeah. He's tough, fast, great hands, goes over the middle. I mean, that just equals lots of targets, touchdowns, and catches.
Yeah, you can see it. Nick Foles looks for him like almost every play.
Yeah.
There's definitely that relationship between the two.
Plus, he gets open.
Yeah.
He's so quick. I mean,
and kind of what I was talking about with Landry as well, his floor is pretty high just because you know he's going to get a lot of catches. And if he gets the touchdowns, even better.
Yeah. So far in that lineup, from the players that are left, those are kind of all I like. I mean, Sammy Watkins.
I do want to bring up one because let me see how cheap he is. Go down. Let's find me some Travis Benjamin.
Kelvin?
Keep going. Keep on going.
Ooh, actually, I lied. I got to stop real quick. Quincy Enunwa. I love Quincy Enunwa because this is the young Jets quarterback. That's his go-to. That's his guy. I mean, if you watch that game, he's throwing it to him over and over and over again. I mean, he had over 100 yards, if I'm not mistaken. And against the Dolphins secondary, I think he's gonna see a lot of production. Literally, I love.
Keep going down. I'm about to give you guys a potential sleeper right here, baby. Travis Benjamin, 4,800. I mean, if you really need to. If you've spent up on a lot of guys that you like, and you probably want to do that, right? A cheap play is Travis Benjamin. He didn't look that great last week, but I watched that game. He had 2 bombs in the end zone that went right through his hands. I mean, that's the risk you run with Travis Benjamin. He's so fast that he gets open. He struggles to catch it. So, but say this week against Buffalo's defense, who is obviously not good based off what we saw, Joe Flacco tore him up.
All right, so that wraps up our wide receivers, and we're going to our tight ends here.
Yeah, before we were so rudely interrupted.
Yeah, do you guys have a cork to open up wine?
No.
Yeah.
We don't drink until after we celebrate our DraftKings and FanDuel wins.
Yeah.
Which will be Sunday.
Momentarily, it's all coffee.
Yeah. In the meantime, we're just studying drinking coffee.
Yeah, all the time.
It's so late, and we're so wide awake right now.
But tight end-wise, the obvious option, Gronk. If you put Gronk in your lineup, production-wise, this week, I just don't know how good it's going to go against Jacksonville. They're mid-defense. They're linebackers.
Yeah.
So.
If you're going to exploit one part of their defense, it's probably the tight end.
Yeah.
But I'm not paying $8,100 myself for a tight end, even though it's Gronk.
But Gronk puts up numbers.
But if you do it, I'm not going to say it's a bad decision.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm not going to do it.
Yeah.
Not this week. It's a little bit harder to price everyone this week. I'm not going to do it this week.
True. And then everyone else falls under that, under 6,000, because Gronk just puts up a lot of numbers. Travis Kelce.
It's a good option. So is Ertz against Tampa Bay.
I like Ertz.
I could see that being good. He kind of had a rough game last week for him. He will come back. He'll bounce back.
Yeah. Jordan Reed, Jimmy Graham.
I actually like Jordan Reed. The reason I don't care too much for Graham right now is I don't know what's up with Rodgers right now. I don't know if he's going to play or not. And if it's Deshaun Kaiser, I will not ever recommend Jimmy Graham. Jordan Reed had a touchdown last week. Indianapolis' defense isn't good. At 6,200, I wouldn't be against it.
Yeah.
Kyle Rudolph, I like him too.
Kyle Rudolph.
It's 5,900, yeah.
With I like Kittle. Kittle and Eric Ebron, even though he's the second.
I actually prefer Doyle over the two.
I like Ebron over the two.
I mean, it's a toss-up. Ebron has touchdown potential, but Doyle's going to get more receptions.
Yeah, I
I would rather go Kittle over both those guys this week.
Yeah, I like Kittle. I like Kittle a lot, especially in the tight end category. We're looking at 5,600. Mm-hmm. Time to kind of fit in some people. It usually generally gets tougher on the tight ends.
Yeah, because you never want to pay too much, and you've already spent all your money on the running backs and receivers.
Yeah, unless you start off building it with a tight end like Gronk and then build the team around it, different story. But if you're looking for a plug-in, Kittle looks great for Garoppolo. That's his boy. Njoku, we're yet to see production from him.
Jared Cook destroyed
is literally
last week.
the steal here.
Yeah, I mean,
without a doubt.
if they go in with that same offensive scheme that they had last week, which is throw to no one but Jared Cook, then yeah, he's going to do very well.
Yeah, just Jared.
Vance McDonald, if he comes back, I'm not sure if he's going to play. I like Vance McDonald though.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Did you just Jared? I just totally realized what you did.
I was cracking up. I'm
selling
thinking
jewelry right now.
I'm thinking Derek Carr. Well, went to Jared. He went to Jared. But with
I don't know. You think it's funny, but I thought that joke was some Jake Butt. And
on Denver.
Jake Butt, you never know though. 4,800. He was great in college. He might do well.
Yeah.
No, it was a good joke. It wasn't a butt joke. And then if you want to pay way down, let's see if we can find my boy. Well, you can name him too. Go ahead.
Cameron Brate from the Buccaneers. It's on and off. Last week he didn't really catch any passes. His opposing tight end, second string, caught more passes than him. But Tampa Bay, different quarterback. It's not James Winston.
Yeah, against Philadelphia, it could be tough. But yeah, I mean, Cameron Brate always has that potential, and he's cheap.
Yeah, if you're struggling. I mean, if you're struggling.
And then scroll up for me. Let's see if where he is. He's somewhere down there. Yeah. Here we go. Keep on keeping on. Where is he at? Where's my boy? If you're looking for a cheap, keep going.
Really?
Oh man, did they? In DraftKings, he's higher. Keep going. Keep on keeping on. Where is he at?
What team is he playing on?
He plays on the Titans.
Oh.
And Delaney Walker is out for the season. So we must have passed him. There's no way they've priced him this low. Should we? Can we depth chart it?
Cunningham?
No. I believe it's Sims. He's a rookie. I'm sorry, guys. I'm going mind blank. I'll find him for you right now. His name Smith. I'm sorry, Jonnu Smith. Let's see what his price is. I usually look at DraftKings, guys. So sorry, I'm not sure exactly what they have him priced here. On if they even got the guy priced. Where is my boy Jonnu Smith?
Can't find him.
He's on here. He's in there. Guys, this guy's a rookie. He actually had a relatively decent. I mean, it wasn't like breakout game last week, and that was even before. Like, he was getting catches before Delaney Walker even went down. And from what I saw, I'm not sure what's going on with Mariota. But even if Mariota's out, dude, is this guy not even listening here?
I don't think he is.
He's got to be somewhere, guys. There's no way they don't have Jonnu Smith in this pricing.
I mean, I'm feeling the heat here because I can't find it, and
it's good that this is a good thing for you, especially in tournament plays, because no one's going to know about this guy. Yeah. But if you can find Jonnu Smith, he's going to be cheap, and he was, like I said, he was getting catches before Delaney even went down. Now that Delaney's out, even if Blaine Gabbert plays, Blaine Gabbert actually just checks it down the tight ends all the time. So I'm okay with that in a PPR format. And then I guess let's go ahead and go to defense, and we'll finish this out for you guys. All right, so we have the obvious choice of the Rams. I mean, against Arizona, Sam Bradford looked like crap. Yeah,
Bradford looks so bad. I mean, Broncos, Texans, Vikings. Favorable matchups that are like in here are going to be. I forget what I picked up on my fantasy actually.
Scroll up. I'll just go through if you want. How do I scroll up on this thing? You got it? 'Cause I don't want to take away the camera. I always move the camera if I start touching stuff.
That's fine.
Scroll all the way up though. I will go down on this stuff. We'll go make it real quick for you guys for the defense. It's not the most fun thing to talk about, is it? I like the Rams. Denver against Oakland, I could see being a good one, although I think Oakland will play better. If Mariota doesn't play, I like Houston. If Mariota does play, I don't.
The Chargers.
Yep.
Against Buffalo.
Yeah, Minnesota, if Aaron Rodgers doesn't play, even if Aaron Rodgers does play, Minnesota is always a good defense. But if Aaron Rodgers doesn't play, or he's like, hobbling around, like if he hobbles around like he did last week against the Bears, Minnesota is going to destroy. Like, honestly, and if he doesn't play, Oh my gosh, guys.
Yeah, the Saints.
Yeah, what about the Jets? Looked really good on defense. Who are they playing?
The Jets play Miami this week.
I wouldn't be against that.
It's going to be a low-scoring game.
Yeah, if you want to pay down on a defense, I wouldn't be against it. It's risky, right?
Yeah.
But it's a good money saver.
Yeah, I like the Saints on this one, man.
Saints can do well against Cleveland. Their offense did improve.
4,000.
But yeah, for a low price, I don't mind it. Anything else other than
that? Yeah, I feel like...
not really feeling too much of myself. I mean, to each their own. But yeah, the people that we've named off are who I'm going to mess around with. I'm not going to mess around with anyone else.
Yeah, as far as the defenses, it's kind of hit or miss, or unless you have somebody in mind. Most people kind of have someone specifically.
Yeah, like you can pay
up
up for the Rams and you're going to get a surefire thing.
Yeah, I mean, if you do have some extra cash at the end of the thing,
pay up.
Yeah, pay up.
Yeah,
get the Rams. I mean, they're playing Arizona, who they're going to crush. I mean, hopefully on defense. Might not be able to stop that run game.
So bad.
Yeah.
He's checked down Sam Bradford, man. Doesn't throw it past 5 yards.
Yeah. I mean, we'll take a look and go from there. But other than that, I mean, I think we touched base on all the picks that we needed to pick, touch base on. And hopefully you guys found this pretty primo. But yeah.
Yeah, and if you guys have any suggestions, this is the new format we're looking to do. If you guys have any suggestions or like this better, let us know. And thank you so much for watching. Like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah, and see you on the outro.
Thanks for watching. Hopefully that helps you out with your lineups.
Yeah, hopefully that did come in very handy. We're excited. Week 2, drop in some comments. We'll be super active, kind of taking a look and keeping up with you. Trying to find out what the injury updates are and who's going to be starting, who's not going to be starting. Hopefully, everyone starts based on what we have so far. And yeah, Hurricane Florence, baby, pray for us. By the way.
Yeah, this might be the last time you see us depending on this hurricane.
I hope not.
It shouldn't be that bad here. But if you guys have any, like I said, suggestions, if you like this format better, let us know.
Yeah.
Because we like this idea better. I think it's better for you guys, so we can give you more picks. And also, if you keep an eye on the comments, I'll try to go in if there are any injury updates with anyone we suggested. Like that happened last week with Vance McDonald. He ended up not playing. So if there's anything that I noticed, we'll put that in the comments. So keep an eye out for that as well.
Oh, yeah, awesome. Other than that, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends, family, your pastor, your barbecue, your aunt, I don't know, whatever it is. So
let's keep winning money, though.
Week
1, we win. Week 2, we're going to win again, y'all. Let's do this.
Let's do it. Peace out.